Hello and welcome back. In this video, we'll explore two commands. The first is the profile command, which is particularly helpful for quickly identifying what's running slow in your WordPress site. I have installed a plugin zip file and added some code to create a bug that slows down the page load. Now, let's see how this command helps. This command is already installed on my site. In this session, we'll delve more deep into the WP profile stage command. You can explore the WP package install command or other methods to install external or custom commands. There are multiple ways to do this. Let's discuss how we can use something like the WP profile stage command, as this command shows the results based on the stage environment. Now, let me demonstrate. I'll open the terminal and run the WP profile stage command. So, when you run the WP profile stage command, it will give you these stages: bootstrap, main query, and template. These are the three stages available in WordPress, and it will tell you the time it took for each of these stages. So which stage is taking more time? The bootstrap. Bootstrap means loading the WordPress code base, loading up the plugins and the themes, and setting up your actions and filters, everything that is getting bootstrapped. The main query is based on the request of what data we need. WordPress needs to fetch the data from the database, which is the main query we call like a global WP query. So the main query shows how much time it is taking. And then the template stage. The template stage works like this. After WordPress fetches data from the database, it identifies the appropriate template to be used on the request, whether it's an archive template, a single page template, or the home page. This stage measures how much time the template selection and processing take. Now, in our case, the bootstrap stage is taking 5 seconds. Now, we need to investigate further to understand why the bootstrap is consuming so much time. To do this, I'll pass the bootstrap argument to the WP profile stage command parallelly. This will show the hooks that are being executed during the bootstrap process. We can also see the time it took for each of these hooks. Here we can see the 5 seconds, and its equivalent hook is the init hook. The init hook is taking so much time. Now, another command is the WP profile hook command. I will pass the init hook to this command, and then it will tell you about the init hook, how much time the init hook takes, what are the functions that has been registered to the init hook, and how much time each function takes. Here you can see the full callback function name, its locations, and how much time it is taking. There are many other arguments as well, but you can read more about them on the GitHub README file. This is a function closure where they have used some function, but here we don't see a 5-second delay. But if I navigate to here, you can see the 5-second delay here. And this is caused by the temp sleep function, which is taking 5 seconds. You can see that this function is located in the buggy plugin line number 8. Now, let's check out the buggy plugin code. If I open its plugin file on the line number 8, you can see there is a function that adds a 5-second delay. I have set up this bug intentionally, but the profile command is very helpful in identifying this issue. Now, let me comment this out and deactivate the temp sleep function that has been added on the init hook so that it won't execute. After deactivating, let's run the WP profile stage command again. You'll see that the bootstrap is now only taking 0.01 seconds. This is drastically less than 5 seconds that was caused by the temp sleep function. However, in real life cases, this time can be much more, like 1 second, which is too much. From here, you can check out the other functions and hooks that were executed during the bootstrap stage and see how much time each function is taking. This is how you can identify what's slowing down your WordPress site. If you don't specify a URL, the WP profile command will run on the default of home page. But sometimes, even specific pages like an archive, single post, or custom page template might be slower. In those cases, you can provide the URL of that specific page using the --URL parameter. For example, you could test a sample page or custom template by passing its URL to the --URL parameter. The profile command will check the functions executed for that specific page and provide a detailed profile or output exclusively for this page. This way, you can pinpoint the slowness of individual pages using the --URL parameter, which is a global parameter available in WordPress. I hope you can explore the WP profile command after this session. It's really helpful for identifying slow functions during development. Like in the demonstration of the sleep command, you could see how much time each WordPress function took. It's an excellent tool for optimizing your site, so we can use this. Now, let's move on to the next command here. The next command is the doctor command. The doctor command is like a diagnosis of problems within WordPress by running a series of checks. Let's look at the checks this commands provide and how we can use them. If you want to see the available check names, you can simply run the WP doctor list command. Let me demonstrate with an example. I'll run the WP doctor list command and it will list the available checks. The first we can see is a check for autoload option size. If you are a developer, you know that the options table in WordPress has an autoload column. This column indicates certain options whenever a request is made, whether it's a home page or any other page request. WordPress loads all the options where the autoload is set to yes. If the autoload options exceeds a 900 KB limit, your site is likely to slow down. This check ensures autoload option size stays under the 900 KB limit. For example, I can just copy this option name from here, pass the check name to the WP Doctor check command, and then press enter. Since this is a fresh site, the result might show NaN or something in the range of a few KBs, which is well below the threshold of 900 KB. This means that the current site's autoload options are fine. This is also indicated in the status success. This way you can identify autoload options, which is one of the reasons why your WordPress site is slow. You can also check this autoload option size from here. Say a site has an autoload option of more than 3 MB. Now this doctor command suggests that the threshold is of 900 KBs. Then how does the 3 MB data from the database load? It will slow down your performance on the WordPress site. Every theme and its settings come with their own set of options. Similarly, plugins also create their own options in the database. For example, if you install a plugin and it stores multiple options in the database, if the developer of that plugin hasn't handled the option clean appropriately, those options may remain even after you delete the plugin. These leftover options, often called orphan options, continue to load unnecessarily and serves no purpose. To address this, you can identify those orphan options and remove them to optimize your site, keeping your database clean and maintaining a size threshold of less than 900 KB, which is a good practice. There are other checks as well, such as the core updates and core verify checksums. This is very helpful when you want to check whether your WordPress core files are infected or not. This check will help you. It will compare the checksum of your files with the WordPress.org core files and your installed WordPress site. If any of the checksum is not met, it means your WordPress file has been infected or may be modified. You can identify what the files are and then either reinstall WordPress or replace the affected file with the original file. You can also remove the infected file. This is a very important check as well. Additionally, there are checks like plugin update and theme updates available. You can use these checks, automate them, and run various checks to generate a report. For example, anytime a plugin update is available, you will get a notification. However, for that you will need to implement a custom solution using these commands. But it is entirely possible to do that as well. The doctor command is very helpful and you need to try it on your WordPress site. One important thing is the cache flush. If any of your clients use object caching and they have used the WP cache flush function, which flushes all of the caches, you need to think twice before calling this function to flush the cache. If you are flushing the cache on any tool, whenever the WordPress core function stores the result in the cache, this function will remove it. So this can also be a culprit in performance load. It will identify whether the cache flush command is used by any other third-party plugins or themes. This is also very helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Jai WordPress!